What's up, everybody? Let's learn something about God and His Holy Scriptures today. Today, I'll be reading from the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 21. And he said, "Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." What I notice about this scripture and what I want to point out is just looking at everything that Job had just gone through, what he had just experienced. They came and they said, "Hey, Job, your children are dead," and Job is currently losing everything. He's going through what many of us would consider the most adverse time of his life, the hardest time of his life, the hardest days in which he's ever experienced, right? We know the story of Job. Job was a very rich man. He was wealthy. He had pretty much anything that he could ever imagine and or ask for, and he was completely sold out to God. He loved the Lord, and Satan decided to tempt Job, basically to get Job to curse the name of God. And God said Job would never do that. You can do whatever you want, just spare his life. And quite frankly, Satan put him through just about everything, but he did in fact spare his life. But we see this at the onset. This is Job chapter 1. We see Job, even in the face of adversity, in the midst of losing everything, still blessing the name of his God. He came to a realization that many of us fail to realize daily. We came into this world with nothing. We're going to leave with nothing. None of this matters if I do not have God. Therefore, I lift his name up no matter what I face. He came to another realization, which many of us fail to realize, that we must be grateful for what it is that God has done. No matter what he does, even if he takes it, we must be grateful because God has provided for us. He has given us a good life. He's given us blessings and things to be happy about. And oftentimes when we face the adversities of life, we miss that. We go through so much and God becomes the last thing on our minds. Let that not be your story. Learn from Job. Did Job go through? Did Job have a hard time? Did Job even admit to his hard time? Yes, he did. But he stayed faithful to God. I think we can get through a lot of the things that we face if we just stay faithful to God. And I think that we struggle in a lot of the things that we face because we